Welcome to our show, College Briefing. Today, we're diving into the world of music as piano sensation Cateen, a former computer engineer, captivates Hong Kong audiences while sharing his thoughts on AI and his beloved cats. The talented musician, who left a promising tech career to pursue his passion, reflects on the irreplaceable nature of live performances amidst the rise of AI in music. In political news, as President-elect Trump prepares for his second term, states are bracing for a wave of changes. Republican governors are aligning with his policies, particularly on immigration, while Democratic officials are pushing back against federal initiatives on critical issues. The political landscape is heating up, and it's clear that state dynamics will play a crucial role in shaping public policy in the years to come. Lastly, Australian parents are feeling the pinch as back-to-school costs continue to rise. With expenses projected to reach nearly $700 for primary students and over $1,100 for secondary students by 2025, many families are struggling to keep up. The Australian Education Union points to insufficient government funding as a major contributor to this financial burden, urging parents to seek second-hand items and explore payment plans. Please stay tuned for more detailed content. South China Morning Post, Hayato Sumino, known as Cateen, a YouTube piano sensation, recently captivated audiences in Hong Kong with his extraordinary performances. Transitioning from a career in computer engineering to music, he has amassed 1.42 million YouTube subscribers and gained fame across Asia. During his concerts, Cateen showcased his unique flair by combining classical pieces with modern arrangements, such as performing Gershwin's An American in Paris on a melodica and a Steinway piano simultaneously. He expressed his belief that while AI may change the music landscape, the physical expression of music through the human body remains irreplaceable. As he embarks on a new chapter in New York, he plans to delve into the jazz scene while maintaining a playful spirit in his compositions, such as Big Cat Waltz. The Toronto Star, as President-elect Donald Trump prepares to take office, the political landscape across the U.S. is starkly divided. Republican governors are aligning themselves with Trump's hardline policies on immigration, pledging to crack down on illegal immigration and support deportations. In contrast, Democratic governors are either resisting these measures or seeking to cooperate selectively. The article highlights various policy areas, including immigration, abortion, education, and transgender rights, illustrating how state lawmakers are gearing up for a showdown on these contentious issues. As states prepare for potential clashes with the federal government, the implications of Trump's presidency on local policies are becoming increasingly apparent. The Sydney Morning Herald, Australian parents are grappling with rising back-to-school costs, with estimates suggesting they will spend $13.6 billion this year on school-related expenses. The financial burden is particularly heavy for families with children attending public schools, where technology requirements and voluntary contributions can add significant costs. Educators report an increase in students arriving without essential supplies, highlighting the challenges faced by low-income families. The Australian Education Union has called for increased government funding to alleviate these pressures on parents, while various states are offering back-to-school relief programs. Personal finance experts recommend exploring second-hand options and payment plans to manage expenses more effectively. The Toronto Star reports on a thrilling college basketball game where number 25 Utah State triumphed over Boise State with a final score of 81-79, marking their sixth consecutive victory. The game took a dramatic turn in the closing seconds when Ian Martinez executed a remarkable four-point play, scoring a crucial three-pointer followed by a free throw, sealing the win for Utah State. Martinez's impressive performance contributed 18 points to the team's success, alongside key contributions from Dayton Albury and others. Despite a challenging second half where Utah State fell behind by 13 points, their resilience shone through as they made 7 of 8 three-pointers, showcasing their determination and skill on the court. In a harrowing update from the South China Morning Post, the wildfires ravaging Los Angeles have resulted in a tragic death toll of 16, as confirmed by the county medical examiner. The fires, primarily fueled by the Palisades and Eaton blazes, have devastated communities, with thousands of structures lost and tens of thousands of residents under evacuation orders. As firefighters battle the flames, the situation remains dire, with strong winds threatening to exacerbate the fire's spread. Amidst the destruction, volunteers have rallied to assist those affected, but officials warn of the dangers posed by hazardous materials in the ash. The fires have consumed vast areas, prompting investigations into leadership failures and resource allocation, as the city grapples with one of its worst crises in decades. According to the Associated Press, the Australian Open has begun with Novak Djokovic standing alone as the last member of the famed Big Three of men's tennis, following the retirements of Rafael Nadal and Roger Federer. As Djokovic prepares to compete for his 25th Grand Slam title, he reflects on the end of an era that has shaped the sport. With a new coaching dynamic alongside former rival Andy Murray, Djokovic aims to reclaim his dominance in Melbourne, where he has historically excelled. As younger players look up to him, the tennis world watches closely to see how much longer Djokovic can maintain his elite status in the game, especially after a challenging previous season. His determination and experience position him as a formidable contender, proving that while the legends may retire, Djokovic's legacy continues to thrive. The Sydney Morning Herald reports on the escalating tensions between Los Angeles Fire Chief Kristen Crowley and Mayor Karen Bass amid the destructive wildfires in Pacific Palisades. Crowley, who was appointed in 2022 during a tumultuous time for the department, has voiced her concerns over budget cuts that she believes hinder firefighters' effectiveness. In a pointed critique, she highlighted that around 20% of the hydrants utilized during the recent fire ran dry, emphasizing her role as a public servant focused on ensuring her team has the necessary resources. This public disagreement has led to speculation regarding her job security, prompting the firefighters' union to reassure its members. Mayor Bass attempted to quell the situation, asserting that their primary focus remains on combating the fires and saving lives, while also addressing the need for future discussions to remain private. The South China Morning Post shares findings from a new study indicating that drinking coffee in the morning may provide greater health benefits compared to consuming it throughout the day. Researchers from Tulane University studied over 40,000 adults and found that those who drank coffee before noon were 16% less likely to die compared to non-coffee drinkers, with a notable 31% reduction in heart disease mortality. The study suggests that the timing of coffee consumption could affect cardiovascular health, potentially due to disruptions in circadian rhythms when consumed later in the day. Lead author Dr. Lu Qi emphasized the importance of considering not just the quantity of coffee consumed, but also the time of day it is ingested, advocating for further research to explore these findings across different populations. The South China Morning Post also highlights 3 fitness trends expected to shape the industry in 2025, as identified by the American College of Sports Medicine. The report underscores a growing emphasis on wearable technology, which now offers advanced features like real-time feedback and injury risk detection, enhancing personal training experiences. Additionally, functional fitness is gaining traction, focusing on exercises that mimic everyday movements to improve mobility and quality of life, particularly for older adults. This demographic is increasingly engaging in fitness programs that promote strength training and cardiovascular health, aimed at maintaining independence and preventing frailty. Experts stress that it's never too late to start exercising, as tailored fitness plans can significantly enhance well-being and longevity for individuals of all ages. Associated Press reports on a significant victory for the number 11 TCU women's basketball team, who triumphed over Texas Tech with a score of 69-43, marking their first win on the road against the Lady Raiders in 6 years. Haley Van Lith led the charge with an impressive 22 points, while Sedona Prince contributed a double-double with 20 points and 10 rebounds. The Horned Frogs dominated the second quarter, outscoring Texas Tech and building a substantial halftime lead. Despite a strong effort from Texas Tech's Bailey Maupin, who scored 23 points, the team struggled offensively, particularly in the second half. TCU now looks to extend their 8-game winning streak in an upcoming home game against UCF. Yahoo US highlights North Carolina's recent acquisition of wide receiver Jason Robinson Jr. from Washington, as the team bolsters its roster under new head coach Bill Belichick. Robinson, who redshirted his freshman year, received accolades as the Scout Squad MVP and is recognized for his exceptional route-running skills. His ability to create separation and contribute in the return game positions him as a potential game-changer for UNC, which faced challenges in its receiving core last season. With his competitive nature and skill set, Robinson is expected to make an immediate impact on the Tar Heels offense. The Toronto Star shares news of Corey Hetherman's appointment as Miami's new defensive coordinator, following his successful tenure at Minnesota, where he significantly improved the team's defensive statistics. Hetherman's hiring is pending standard university procedures, but his track record speaks volumes. He transformed the Golden Gophers into one of the top defenses in the nation. With a diverse coaching background and connections to Miami's head coach Mario Cristobal, Hetherman aims to revitalize the Hurricanes' defense after a disappointing end to the previous season, where they struggled to contain opposing offenses. Associated Press reports that Virginia Tech managed to secure a hard-fought victory against Cal, ending the game with a score of 71-68. Jaden Young emerged as a key player off the bench, contributing 14 points, while Tyler Johnson achieved a double-double with 11 points and 12 rebounds. The Hokies initially dominated, leading by 19 points at halftime, but Cal mounted a fierce comeback, narrowing the gap to just 3 points late in the game. Despite Andrei Stojakovic's impressive 24-point performance for Cal, his last-second three-pointer to tie the game failed to find the basket, sealing the win for Virginia Tech. The Globe and Mail highlights the ongoing rescue efforts for animals affected by the devastating wildfires in Southern California. The Pasadena Humane Facility has taken in over 400 animals, including dogs, horses, and even peacocks, many of whom were left injured and traumatized by the fires. One poignant story involves a pit bull mix named Canela, who was found in the rubble and is now receiving medical care while being reunited with his owner thanks to media coverage. As the crisis unfolds, the organization faces a new challenge of providing long-term shelter for pets whose owners have lost their homes, while volunteers and the community rally to support the rescue efforts with donations and assistance. Yahoo US announces the hiring of Isaiah Jackson as the new special teams coordinator for South Dakota State football. A former player for the Jackrabbits, Jackson returns to Brookings after a successful coaching stint at UC Davis, where he contributed to a Big Sky Conference championship and multiple playoff appearances. Head coach Dan Jackson expressed confidence in Isaiah's ability to foster a strong culture within the special teams and build positive relationships across the team. This latest appointment rounds out the coaching staff, which also includes new hires for offensive and defensive coordinator positions, as the team looks to enhance its performance in the upcoming season. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.
Morning coffee, fresh off the press. Reading headlines, feeling blessed. World keeps turning, stories unfold. Every moment, news gets told. Flipping channels, clicking tabs. Feeding my mind's hunger grabs. Facts and figures, images bright. News keeps rolling day and night. Headlines and headlines, can't get enough. Learning about the world, yeah, it's my stuff. Headlines and headlines, stories unfold. Knowledge is power, truth to behold. Politics, science, sports, and art. Every story plays its part. Global voices, voices near. Every headline loud and clear. Need the latest, got to know. Never stopping, always go. Scrolling, swiping, reading on. Daylight breaks in the dark. Headlines and headlines, can't get enough. Learning about the world, yeah, it's my stuff. Headlines and headlines, stories unfold. Knowledge is power, truth to behold. Need the latest, got to know. Never stopping, always go. Scrolling, swipe. been reading all. Daylight breaks in the door. Headlines and headlines can't get